Big welcome everybody. One video, two projects with the same materials, but a little bit different. I hope you're ready. It's JOANNAMARQUET here, Lemon Creation. Welcome to my channel. This is the first product I'm gonna be using. Those are the die cuts from SAPPHEIROS or SAPPHEIROS Studio. It's an Australian brand which I get to know I think 1 year ago when I seen their products on scrapbook.com, and I absolutely love their dies. They have also stamps and stencils, and I'm gonna use this one. It's a die which, as you've seen, you can either cut the wonky kind of shapes, or as I am doing right now, you can create an art journal page with some dimensions. So I cut every single shape, because they are in different sizes, on pieces of paper, roughly the size of my art journal page. As you can see, they are not exactly the same size, but this is not a problem because it's gonna be covered later. Everything is gonna be one size, sorry. And then I am adhering them together with the double-sided tape. Yes, that's that. It's a double-sided tape, and as you've seen, my desk wasn't clean enough, I think, because I got something, some kind of ink transfer, and that's why I was using my mono eraser. So this is also the reason why I'm using a tissue paper now, just not to get it, you know, dirty, because this is gonna be the front page. So as you can see, I am building the layers. With these dies, you can, of course, build very nice layers if you use 3D foam tape, but because this is gonna go to my art journal, I wanted to have layers, but I didn't want them to be very thick. So that's what I'm doing, and underneath I'm gonna put a piece of paper also. I kind of made a mark with the pencil, unnecessary, but because I was not sure if I'm gonna spray whole page or not, but at the end I sprayed whole page, and I use for that Lindy skunk spray, Delphinium Turquoise and Bombshell Black. So a little bit of Delphinium Turquoise, I think it's, no, the opposite. Bombshell Black, and now Delphinium Turquoise. And I also decided to add some splatter because this page, as you've seen already on the photos at the beginning of this video, it's very kind of simple, but well, it was not that simple still, but it's more with a lot of negative space, very white. So I wanted to kind of break this whiteness and make a connection between the background, which is gonna be the page I colored just right now, and then the front part of the art journaling, which is this part now, which I'm splattering around. I covered the shapes because I didn't want the different levels to have splatters on them. Here is the dried background. I decided to use a little bit, or add a little bit of how is it called, sidewalk chalk. Yes, this is very nice chalky spray from Lindy skunk, and I love it because when the page is the coloring for me is too shiny, or there is something missing, always when I add this splatter, this chalk paint, chalk spray, it gets completely new feeling. It gets magical to me. So that's what I'm doing. And once again, for those of you who are not who are new, when you dry the page, which is well impregnated with paints and water, it's better to do it from both sides. It's avoiding warping so much. And that's how the page is gonna look like. So once again, I'm gonna glue them together, and once again I'm using double-sided tape. But of course, if you prefer, you can use also glue, but you have to choose the glue which wouldn't be maybe too liquid and, you know, it won't make bubbles on the layers. So I prefer, for me it's easier actually to use double-sided tape. And I'm also using a stamp, just a little bit of stamping, you know, there in the middle of, more or less in the middle of the of these cuts, I think, if I can call them that. And this is the stamp from my stamps which I designed from Once Upon a Time set. And right now I actually adhere the pages together. When the stamping was done, I adhere the pages together, and I have some beautiful butterfly wings, which and the girl, which I printed from I think Pixabay, because that's usually where I'm getting my images from. And as you can see, the wings are already printed on the matte photo paper, and I'm adhering them now with the, just in the middle I added a little bit of Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. They're still moving because it's not dry. And then the girl was printed long time ago, because it's still on the glossy photo paper. And the glossy photo paper is really not good for taking pictures, even for working with it, because if you have tiny bit dirty fingers, it's just gonna waste completely the photo. But I have them, and I'm gonna use them up until they finish and I can print everything on the matte photo paper. So this is the project, and as you can see, I'm showing you that there was, when I was die cutting, I got a small hole in the, or maybe it should be there actually, but I kind of was bothered by it, so I added a little bit of this splatter before, and that's the finished project. And thank you for subscribing, and don't go away yet, because there is gonna be another one. So welcome back, I hope you're still here. This is the bonus project. I'm actually gonna make a short video on for Instagram, but it's gonna be very short, and this one is the longer version with me talking. If you don't want me talking, go to Instagram at Lemon Creation, and there you're gonna have some music. So this time I decided to do a very similar, or maybe not similar, but with the same products. So I'm using the actual die cuts here, so not the part of the paper which was left, but the die cuts itself. But I'm not gonna put them together, as you've seen. I was trying. I'm gonna put them on two different ATCs. And once again, because I said it's gonna be the same products, I'm using what am I using? Delphinium Turquoise, and I think actually it's not Bombshell Black, but Blazing Black, because I think I made a mistake, but well, it's not really that important. They are both blacks. Well, they are different blacks, but still. And so once again, I'm coming back to my stamp Once Upon a Time, staying, you know, true to my promise that I'm gonna be using the same products. And you're gonna see me doing a mistake here. So I have this worktop, which is like a kind of a plexiglass, and it has some kind of ridges. And so that's what I've done. The first impression didn't work at all. So when you have this problem, take a little bit of craft foam and just stamp on the craft foam. And look guys, at the impression, not yet, now. So you can see the difference. I turned the first ATC upside down, or back to front, and I stamped the second time on the other side. And I'm inking the edges, because once again the project is very white, so I wanted to add touches of black for contrast, as I always say. For me, you know, if it's too white, it's not good also, you have to have some contrast. And because I just made the smudges a little bit in the corners, I decided to go and add a little bit of stamping, which really worked for me, because there was not enough stamping, I think. still, once again, you know, I like my negative space. This time there was a little bit too much of it, so I'm stamping away upside down, you know, like here now, but you know, it's not a big problem. I do it quite often on purpose. I just wish that this stamp, you know, kind of like a, well, it's not a spider web, it's a part of the tree, you know, when you cut it, was a little bit bigger, that I had it maybe in 2 sizes, so like that I could fill the paper a little bit more. But you know, I add the numbers, I love the numbers on my projects, so why not? Once again, I'm using Nuvo Deluxe Adhesive to adhere the die cuts to the page. I was hesitating for a moment because I always have a small doubt if it's a die cut I'm talking about or just die. I'm always mixing them up, so you know, if you hear me mixing them up, I'm sorry, but you know, that's me. And so as you see, they are different, those 2 dies, and they are die cuts. You see, and so they look nicer like that. They are different. One is sticking out a little bit, the other is smaller, and I placed my angels here, which are different also. I use either glue or 3D foam. I kind of mix them both because, you know, on some parts are raised because there is the die cut, some parts are were adhered to the flat surface, so that's what I've done. And now I'm adding my super messy words. It's 1 sentence which I cut in a half. 1 life, just 1. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoy those projects. Please subscribe, don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see my stamps and stencils and other products, please check the link I'll give you in the description box below to my shop. And I hope I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye bye.